Hey guys, I'm officially in my third trimester and I have a lot to tell you. Well, let me tell you, I'm growing, and I wore this dress for a very specific reason because this is the same dress from week 2 of being pregnant, because I found out I was pregnant in New York and I was at a place called Reformation, which I know a lot of you guys shop at, and I bought this dress and I have worn it throughout my entire pregnancy, and we've documented kind of my growth through this pregnancy. And I kind of always do it with every pregnancy. I have that one dress that kind of shows everything. Well, this dress is now really, really tight. There's some back fat coming out of the back of it, and it's not as comfortable as it was at week 2. I think that's the biggest thing in the third trimester is the uncomfortability. It's just, you're so uncomfortable. My husband and I kind of been a little bit of a battle because he's like, God, you're always so irritated. And I think I'm irritated because I'm uncomfortable. You know, I think the biggest thing with the third trimester is that you just expand. But as you expand, good things happen because he's really kicking and really moving, and I'll have an elbow or a head or a bum or like, and you can literally see it's like an alien in your belly. But it's also so amazing to have that feeling and to create that bond. We were so happy that we found out what it was, because I think for me, I'm just not good at like keeping surprises. I'm not good. And for me, I feel like I just bond better, and I don't know why. We're still stuck on the name. We're down to 4. Can you believe it? But it's definitely, he's moving so much right now. It's definitely been the journey of like, you know, the bonding is definitely really going well in the third trimester. It just takes more effort to do things. So everything that's, like I said about this dress, like dressing has become like, I just don't want to wear a heel. You know, it's like if I wear it, it's like a big night out. I'm starting to swell a little bit. I'm starting to have like that pinched nerve. I had really bad wrists during my first pregnancy, a carpal tunnel syndrome. So it's starting. I've gotten this thing where we were talking about lashes or hair color, like trying to do little things to make you feel better. I think that's one thing that's been kind of nice, is that I've taken the time to like, okay, I'll do my lashes or I'll get my hair color done just a little bit more, because it does, you know, not that your looks go, because every pregnant woman is beautiful and glowing, but you don't feel like you're beautiful and glowing. And I think that's where I always tell moms out there to really embrace that and to really be like, okay, I'm gonna do something special, whether it be giving myself a manicure or a pedicure or whatever. I think the worry starts to set in during your third trimester a lot more. I think, you know, I'm nervous how I'm gonna manage it all, and mom guilt to just become a nesting, that's all becomes really heightened in the third trimester. I think with worry, you're like, how am I gonna do it all? Am I gonna have enough time? Am I gonna have milk? Am I gonna breastfeed? Am I not? Am I gonna have a C-section? Am I gonna have it? So there's all these crazy questions that at the end of the day, you know, they will all be answered in time, but they definitely start to kind of, and this is my third, so you can imagine my first. But I do think every time I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna think about that. we're not gonna go there. But with every baby you do. And I think for the kids, you know, worrying about them, how are you gonna do it all? The mom guilt, that becomes very prevalent. Scarlett's now 21 months and she is, you know, an active toddler who wants my attention and who's growing and sprouting and like doing all these fun things. That bond has become so good. She's definitely a daddy's girl. But it's sweet to see her every morning want her bottle with Brooksy, and she won't drink her bottle until he's sitting next to her. So I do love that, you know, and I think that kind of gives me a little bit of a reassurance that, you know, giving them another sibling is a good thing because I see the bond. So as much as I worry that one's gonna be left out or one's gonna get more attention, I think the three of them together will create such a special bond eventually. I might be in the crazy house with my husband, but they will always have each other. So at the end of the day, that really makes me feel good. We started the nursery. I'm a little late, I have to say. That's what happens when you get busy doing other things. It's been so great, you know, shooting the channel and you guys having a little peek into my life, and it's fun, you know. We're trying to figure out like which blues to do and kind of make it, we're gonna do a tour. next year of the Nursery, but I think we've got some really beautiful natural fabrics mixed with some light wood. I'm gonna use this girl, Tiffany Harris. She's amazing. She's helping me. I'm like, should we do the turquoise blue or the navy blue or the darker blues? And you're like, it doesn't really matter, just pick a blue. But it's fun also. It gives you that like, okay, this is gonna be their little home for the next, you know, however many years. And I do take pride in like making that special for them, because I do think whatever it is, whether it be the bassinet or the crib or I love doing that. I love having like their own little pillow, their own little thing. I don't do a lot, but what I do, I try to really make it special for them. We just got back from New York. We did a little Babymoon. We were grounded for Thanksgiving. We all got very sick, so I couldn't go anywhere, but I have to tell you, being in New York by myself with my husband for 4 days was amazing. I got to shop, I got to sleep, I got to order room service. I have to say I really, like, honestly, just sleeping until like 11 o'clock was truly amazing. So it was such a good special time that Scott and I had, you know, because I think we're gearing up to not be, you know, one-on-one. It's not, we're gonna be zoned areas now. We're on the countdown. We actually have a countdown calendar. It's a little personal. I'm not gonna show it to you, but every day we look at the date and we're like, okay, it's one day closer. And it's weird. As you get closer to your date, you end up wanting like, okay, just a little more time. But the whole time you're pregnant, you're like, when am I gonna have this baby? But when it gets down, I think we're a little over 3 or 4 weeks away. It's almost like, okay, wait, can I just have one more week? Or then, I don't know, it's interesting how you kind of want time to slow down and instead of speed up. Even though you feel huge and you don't feel very good about yourself, you still kind of want to like just hold everything in its little place. I was in the doctor's office with my husband the other day, and I said, isn't it weird how your biggest worry isn't the baby in your belly, it's coming home to the two you have? And she said, you know, it's every mother's fear when they have more than one. It's as much as you want the baby in your belly to be okay and everything to go okay, you worry more about the 2 or the 3 or the 1 you have at home. And she said, I can't tell you the amount of mothers, every single time when you get down in those last couple of weeks, you know, it just becomes everyone's biggest fear. And it's mine. And that's, you know, it's hard. You have to think positive and you just have to pray everything's going to be okay. But it's a real fear that I think a lot of women have at the end of their 3rd trimester. As much as it's exciting to have a baby and exciting to go through, you know, the 9 months, it's also very scary. And I just want everyone to know, like, for those women out there who are pregnant, you know, we all have this fear. We all have this, like, the unknown. And we just have to embrace it, and I'm hoping for the best. I have a date set, so they won't let me go past it. I had 2 previous C-sections, so I doubt I'll be able to have it natural. There's always like a little bit of a hope, even on your 3rd, even though it's probably not the best for me, but we're gonna see how it goes. I'm gonna embrace it. So that's it. I just wanted you guys to know I'm gonna take a little bit of time off, but don't worry, we shot a ton of videos. I know sometimes I may not look pregnant, but we shot a lot of beauty and fitness and lifestyle and food. So you guys will have plenty to watch while I'm recovering. I can't wait for you guys to meet Baby Stuber number 3. And until then, happy holidays. Enjoy the beginning of the new year, and we'll see you soon.